Fire growing tonight. So far, flames have destroyed 24 homes and buildings with a state of emergency and active evacuations. We are standing by right now for new details from fire bosses. In about a half hour from now, we will carry that for you live.
Here is what we know as of 5 o'clock tonight. Strong winds fanning the flames, helping this fire explode to nearly 20,000 acres in size. That's about 30 square miles. And for a second day in a row here, winds kept the air attack grounded, so no helicopters or planes dropping water or retardant. That has been a major problem up on the fire lines. The crews there don't have any containment lines yet on this fire, which has so far destroyed 25 homes and buildings, and families in 700 homes remain evacuated tonight.
We have live team coverage for you. Royal is watching the fire forecast. Kim Powell shows us what's next for those fire crews.
We're going to start with David CALTABIANO, who is up in Flagstaff talking to evacuees. David?
Well, Jared, good afternoon, and let me just say these winds that you mentioned are brutal. It feels like every 5 to 10 minutes it picks up strong like it is right now. And directly behind me is the Timberline Estates. This is the area where firefighters are honed in on. Why? Because there are so many homes here. Now, we are just on the outskirts of Flagstaff, just north of it, and about 13 miles northeast is the heart of the tunnel fire, burning 20,000 acres strong. And like you mentioned, no containment lines because, again, these conditions have just been brutal for firefighters. And where that smoke is pluming right now is where dozens of homes are. That is one of the main evacuations outside of town. We got a chance to speak to a woman who stood where I was standing a couple of hours ago and helplessly watched as crews rushed over there. Take a listen. What's it like to be evacuated and watch kind of helplessly from this gas station nearby?
Well, it's nerve-wracking. I mean, that's our house. We lived here more than 10 years. And for the people that lost their homes, I hope they'll be able to get back in there or replace their homes. And it's devastating.
And the people in this area and in Flagstaff in general have PTSD, if you will, over the Schultz fire in 2010. That was 12 years ago, where a lot of homes were lost, a lot of acres were burned, and here we are in 2022, the tunnel fire, the first major fire of the season, again at 20,000 acres. And the conditions at this hour just could not be worse for firefighters. As you mentioned, the winds are so strong that the air support that usually give these crews a break just aren't accessible at the moment. But usually when these firefighters lift off so strong and are burning so quickly, again, this started at just 100 acres a couple days ago. Now it's at 20,000. Usually they do back burning operations to get rid of the fuel that will burn, that will give this fire the power to move forward. But again, the conditions are just so brutal for these firefighters. It's really going to be a battle with Mother Nature to know when this is going to calm down for them. There's also a shelter at the local middle school, and there's also a shelter for animals and pets. We'll have more information on our AZ Family News app. We'll send it back to you in the studio.